Hi, thank you for listening to our presentation about the proposed Buena Vista Historic District. I'm Dr. Jenny Hay, the Scout SA Program Manager at the Office of Historic Preservation. The Scout SA team includes myself and Jessica Anderson, and we're responsible for the historic resource surveys and designations. Over the past 5 years, we've worked with the community to designate dozens of new landmarks and 4 new historic districts. Each designation case is unique, and together they represent the work of communities to preserve and celebrate their histories. I'm happy to report that on June 2nd, 2020, the Office of Historic Preservation received an application for a new historic district from a property owner within the proposed boundary. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to share information about the designation process, the significance of the proposed district, and the impact that designation would have on property owners within the boundary. First, let's talk about the designation process. As I mentioned, we received this application from a property owner within the proposed boundary of the Buena Vista Historic District. Roughly speaking, the applicant proposed to include properties bound by Buena Vista Street to the north, West Cesar Chavez to the south, South Brazos to the east, and South Zarzamora to the west. A map of the district was included in the notices that were mailed to property owners, and it's also available on our website, www.sanantonio.gov/historic. This district would include 498 properties. Applications for historic districts remain active for 12 months. During that time, the Office of Historic Preservation is required to hold at least one public information meeting, to mail a ballot to property owners, and to verify whether they support or oppose initiation of the designation process. We know it's a difficult time, and we regret that we won't be able to safely hold in-person meetings. So we have scheduled instead 3 virtual public information meetings that will take place beginning in August. You can find the schedule for these meetings on our website, www.sanantonio.gov/historic, on our Facebook page, in the notices that were mailed to property owners, and on the dedicated Buena Vista Historic District hotline, 210-207-7968. Each meeting can be accessed by a phone or by computer. The ballots will be mailed to property owners based on current records at the Bexar County Appraisal District after the first information meeting. The ballot looks like a postcard with pre-printed details about each property, the owner name, the address, and the legal description. There are 3 sections that owners must complete. First, check yes to indicate that you support starting the designation process, or no to indicate that you oppose. Second, sign the ballot on the signature line. Third, please include a phone number or an email address where staff from the Office of Historic Preservation can reach you to verify the information on the ballot. If there's more than one owner, only one signature is required. The ballot is pre-addressed and postage paid, so once you've completed these 3 sections, simply drop it in the mail to return it to our office. Staff from the Office of Historic Preservation will verify each ballot using the phone number or email address provided by the property owner. In order to start the public hearing process that finalizes the designation, there must be 51% verified support from properties in the district. So, for Buena Vista, this means that we will need to receive and verify 254 ballots in support of starting the designation process. Once we reach this threshold, we will mail a notice to all property owners within the boundary and schedule 3 public hearings. First, the Historic and Design Review Commission, followed by the Zoning Commission, and then finally, City Council. The proposed Buena Vista Historic District includes an eclectic mixture of architectural forms such as shotguns, bungalows, and cottages, as well as styles that range from craftsman to Queen Anne. Much of the residential development was built prior to 1930. Properties here did not carry race-restrictive covenants, so Hispanic families were able to purchase homes and establish businesses. The neighborhood was also the destination of many Mexican immigrants who came to San Antonio during the Mexican Revolution. Our research into the historic and cultural significance of the area is ongoing, so if you have a story that you'd like to share with us about an important person or place in this proposed district, please call us. All right, finally, I want to discuss the impact of historic designation. There are a lot of misconceptions about designation, and I want to go over a couple of them right now. First, your taxes don't go up because of designation. Taxes are based on appraisal value and tax rates. We do have 2 tax incentives for designated properties that I'll talk about in just a minute. Second, designation does not mean that you have to change or fix your property. Existing conditions can remain. We often get asked about things like window unit air conditioners and burglar bars. If you have them right now, you will not be required to remove them if the historic district is approved. Okay, now that we've gotten those out of the way, let's talk about what designation really means. Any exterior work, including new construction, inside of the district would be subject to the Historic Design Guidelines. This document provides information on best practices to maintain and preserve the character of the district. All exterior work requires written approval from our office prior to completion. Most of our approvals are administrative and they're ready within 24 to 48 hours. That would include repairs, maintenance, repainting, replacing elements with the same materials and same design, and re-roofing, again, as long as you aren't changing the materials or the design of the roofs. Work with a larger scope, including exterior changes in materials or design, so a different kind of siding, for instance, new construction, an addition, a new garage, or demolition would all require a hearing by the Historic and Design Review Commission. The commission meets twice a month, and the approval timeline, if your work requires a hearing, is approximately 3 weeks. The last thing I want to discuss are the 2 tax incentives that are available to new districts. First, all owner-occupied structures receive an automatic break to their city taxes for up to 15 years. If your property has a homestead exemption on file with the Bexar County Appraisal District, you will receive a 20% exemption on your city taxes for as long as you stay in the home up to 15 years. The second incentive is available to properties undergoing substantial rehabilitation. If you invest 30% of the improvement value into work that extends the life of the building, you are eligible for the substantial rehabilitation tax incentive. That benefit lasts for 10 years. For commercial properties, you would pay 0 city taxes for 5 years, and then for the following 5 years, you would be taxed at 50% of the post-rehab value. We call this incentive the 5-0-5-50 plan. Again, 0 city taxes for 5 years, 50% for the next 5. For residential properties, you get to choose between the 5-0-5-50 plan or a 10-year tax freeze at the pre-rehab value. Again, these incentives only apply to city taxes. Thanks for listening. You can find more on our website, or you can call our hotline 210-207-7968.